back, everybody. It's Robyn with Empowering Businesses, Inc. I'm here with my really good friend, Leaha.
Hey,
Leaha, can
Robyn.
you tell us a little bit about yourself?
Oh my goodness. All right. Where should I start? I'm old and I'm a grandma of 6.
Congratulations.
Let's start with that. Yes. Oh, thank you. Wow. I'm a health coach, I guess, primarily, and a podcaster for the last 7 years. I live in Camrose, Alberta, Canada. My show, Master Your Life, airs on UK Health Radio. It's kind of the prime platform, so UK Health. And so I've been on that for 6 years. Prior to that, I was on Voice America. So Master Your Life's been around a long time. And we have lots of cool affiliate relationships with great providers of services and products to help people to manifest their very best wellness.
That is wonderful. Can you tell me a little bit about what that actually means for a day-to-day person?
Sure, I would love to. So I would encourage people to, are you playing this as a video cast, Robyn, or just audio?
Both.
Both. Okay. So if you're only listening to the audio, I just encourage you guys to come over and watch the video version wherever Robyn's hosting that at. And because I think seeing people is really important. Because this disembodied voice that happens over a podcast sometimes doesn't actually translate to how does a person really look? So that I mentioned that I have 6 grandkids. I'm 55 years old.
And you don't look it.
Thank you. Thanks. I think that I don't have to be a unicorn. I think that's what's available for everybody if you know how to be well. And my life has not been easy. It's certainly not been a bed of roses. Nobody's been serving me meals, in my bed in the morning for, multiple years on end. So it's not that I look good because I've had an easy life. I guess that, so just to give people hope as well. So the catalyst, I think, for the show really was that we have an incurable neurological disease in the family called Huntington's disease. My dad had it, my grandmother died of it. And so not only has it been about being physically healthy, but also about keeping really good brain health for me, because I do not want to become symptomatic with Huntington's disease. And so that looks like having major cognitive malfunctions, executive decision-making problems, impulse control problems. Lots of times people get into trouble with drugs, alcohol, pornography, like you name all the bad things. That's what people who've got problems with their brain get involved in. It also looks like a movement disorder. So you look like you're drunk all the time when you're really not. And also lots of psychiatric problems. So things like psychosis, paranoia, schizophrenia are also manifestations of that disease. So it's a pretty serious thing to have the symptoms of. And when my father got his diagnosis of it, I went for genetic testing. And so I know that I am gene positive for it. I share that openly with people. Most people don't go for the testing because they don't want to know the results. It's incurable, supposedly. So.
But you're showing no symptoms. So is that because you're like, what are you doing to look after yourself in that way?
Yeah, great. Thank you so much for asking. I think that I've been looking after myself for a long time in terms of kind of the things that I eat. The amount of sleep that I get is really important. Hanging out with good people is important as well. So making sure that the people that you spend the most time with, or the things that you spend the most time doing, for me, are uplifting, positive, energizing, not depleting, life sucking, that kind of thing. And I mentioned I'm a grandmother of 6 because I was a mother of 2, and raising children can be very, very challenging, so.
Oh, I know.
Oh, I know, and, parents out there, you might be going through things with your children that are really challenging. And I can't speak to what was going on in my family, but let's just say that many things were not that hot as the teenagers were going through those years. And so what I was able to do, though, is stay tuned away from anything that was addictive. So, and I think I learned that lesson sort of when I was about 30 years old, Robyn, because at that point I was 100 pounds overweight, and I had, so I was over 240 pounds and had gone in to have my daughter. And that was when I was 30. And then when I came out of that, I just had a moment where I went like, what are you doing, Leaha? Like, do you actually want your kids to have to be raised with this mom who's not ever going to go in the pool? Like, I'm not going to wear a bathing suit in this body, that's for sure. My kids are going to get mocked. That's how I felt. And this is 30 years ago. So maybe people feel like fat shaming doesn't happen, or that that's a thing, or whatever it is. But I think things still happen. And the truth is, I didn't feel good. It wasn't because of anything that anybody else was saying to me about my weight. I didn't feel good about it.
And I
right?
think that's the biggest thing. I don't know if other people say it, do it, but it's us. It is us that internalizes it and goes, I'm not happy. I don't look good. I don't feel good.
Right. And I know there's a skinny person in here screaming to get out. I know that there is. But there has been, there was reasons for the weight gain. And again, I won't get into the whole backstory of that just for time, but it was a really challenging thing where I just looked at myself and had a pivotal moment and went, okay, you got to stop all this stuff, So I implemented really simple strategies that I teach people how to do in my weight loss program. So that's one aspect of the work that I do to help people lose weight. And the reason for your weight being so important is because if you're overweight, often there's all these other symptoms. So you're exhausted, your back hurts, your neck hurts. You can't think. Like, your thinking isn't the same if your brain is clear. And clear means, oftentimes not a lot of sugar going on in your diet. That doesn't mean that you need to do keto, that, for days on end, and that's your whole life. It just really means simple things like eating, when you're hungry, stopping when you're full. And so this backtracking out of impulsive eating it's hard to do it, because the impulses then lead you to want to go do something else impulsive. So there's this management of the impulses, which was that I learned was a really big key for a lot of people not being able to master anything in their life. Thus the name of the show, Master Your Life. Because it's like, you got one ball here, you're moving, it's over there, and then it's over there. And you're just like, holy man, I just thought I had that thing figured out. Now all of a sudden somebody hid my ball.
Yeah, well, no secret, I definitely did a weight loss journey with you.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
And when you talk about that brain fog and the inability to think clearly, I absolutely understand that part of it, and how the difference, some small changes in life makes such a difference.
Yes, it really does. And you were so much fun too. And, people just need to be willing and want to do the little small things to help to rewire their brain in order to get the health that they desire. And it's not impossible for anyone at any time in their life. I'm really, really grateful that I started when I was 30. But that doesn't mean that somebody couldn't start when they're 40 or they're 50 or they're 60 or they're 70 or 80. Yeah. So you can start at any time to start to reveal that wellness within. And I really think that our bodies are a temple, Robyn, so if you're not treating your temple, which was given to you by God, your creator, well, then it shows up in every other part of your business. So I'm really grateful that you asked me to be on your show to talk about this topic, because we're robbed often of our wealth because our wellness is out the window.
Absolutely. There is no point in having all the money in the bank if you're stuck at work all the time, and you're not looking after your own mental and physical health.
Yeah. Yeah. And especially challenging times this last couple of years. Like, I mean,
yeah, we really thought COVID was hard. Like, the aftermath of COVID, of trying to get back into this whole routine. And when you talk about needing to eat when you're hungry and stop when you're hungry, I think we're all so blessed that we're allowed to go back to restaurants, that's the first place we're all going. It's like, oh, let's meet in the restaurant. Let's have pizza. Everything is revolving around food again.
Yes. Yes. And it's really, I love this jump off point, because we are meant to break bread together. And so when you don't do that, it's weird too. So it's trying to figure out that balance. And I can totally relate to, it's like when I was 30 and when I was 40 years old, 40. how old am I now? 55. Yeah. So 40 years old, I got my genetic status for the Huntington's disease. And so when I received that piece of paper that said I had inherited this disease, I immediately went into, all right, how am I going to prevent this? Or this is not for me. And how am I going to prevent it? With all the things that I know, like I taught stress management, I'm a counselor by trade, so I've got all these really good tools in my toolbox. How am I going to use all that to actually be able to help myself to be well? And part of what I did, which is lots of people think is extreme, but I did the ketogenic diet without a cheat day for 5 years. Wow. And I hear lots of people go, oh, that's like, crazy or impossible. Or did you damage your liver? There's lots and lots of myths about nutrition, about the ketogenic diet, about paleo, like just there's lots and lots of myths. But I did a pure ketogenic diet. You wouldn't see me eating chocolate bombs, that kind of thing. It was good fats and very low carb. And I was almost intolerable though. Because I was in such good shape that my brain was hyper, like agile is the best way that I could use to describe it. So I was thinking about, and not psycho, like not where I was having psychosis or that elevated mood. It was just my thinking was really, really clear. And so that's hard for lots of people to be around. And also really hard for my kids at that time because they were 10 and 11 when I got that genetic status handed to me. So it's just at this time where they're in the age group where they want their mom to be normal.
Yeah. And I think they all want it, but they're never going to get it.
Right. That's right. But so I'm doing this keto diet and my kids are saying to me, could we just eat something besides, this, that, and the other thing? Could we just be normal, like having pizza and that kind of thing? So I would take them to the restaurant. They could eat that stuff, but I wouldn't partake. And that is a problem. So it was too extreme, in my opinion, of my own self looking back. I did it noble. The cause, the idea, the practice was from a noble position, but it really did make it hard for my children to be like kind of that look at me as a normal, like not in fear, because I was doing it out of fear, right? Not wanting to manifest the things. Right. So you go, it's noble. I'm being strong and courageous. I'm going to do all this stuff, but really,
I'm going to save myself. I'm not going to get this terrible disease.
That's right. Not going to get this terrible disease. That's right.
Yeah.
But it's funny. I had interviewed Dr. David Katz on my Master Your Life show. I had him on, I think, 7 times, and he was being considered for the Surgeon General job in the US. And so he's a smart guy, teaches lifestyle as medicine. Millions of people follow him on social media, and he's just a really good guy. And I said to him, and smart, right? So I'd said to him, so Dave, are you willing to actually talk with me on the show about not getting sick with Huntington's disease if I just manage my lifestyle? And he said, no, I'm not. Because Leah, there are very, very few diseases, like 3 maybe at that, like just nothing where your genetics kind of are, that's the card you're dealt. And Huntington's is one of them. And I just went, oh,
I can prove you wrong.
Right.
I am going to be able to control it by just looking after myself.
That's right. Just looking after myself. But he said, no, it's not like type 2 diabetes. This is a real genetic change. And so the gift in that though, Robyn, is that I did that stuff. And I look back and go, okay, no, but I would not advise people to do things that are so extreme. Breaking bread, going out, sharing meals when we're coming back into and out of this COVID thing and the restaurants all open. It's just, you don't need to eat the whole pizza yourself. Right. So when we order pizza,
a large pizza is not just for me.
That's right. What? I know, but it tastes so good. It tastes so good. And so it's funny because I can relate. I love pizza. It's one of my favorite things. And people go, by your physique, you must not eat pizza. I'm like, no, I eat everything. There's nothing I don't eat except anchovies because I don't like them. But it's within reason is sort of the big difference. And but lots of times people don't even know their own physiology well enough to know what that difference is, right? Because you become very disattached and out of tune with our bodies because we spend so much time in our heads. Thinking things out. I'm going to meditate, which is also out of body, right? I'm going to go out of body to deal with this. Meditation is a huge thing right now. Everyone's meditating their life away. And I go, but you're not, you're in this body, here in this body.
Right.
What's going on in this body? How's it feeling? How's this body feeling? And I go, well, it doesn't feel that good. So I think I need to meditate some more. So I think the key to finding wellness within yourself is spending the time embodied to appreciate what's going on in your body and then dealing with it as it comes up. So we were joking a little bit before we started recording that I teach this thing called Qigong, and people go, they have no idea what that is.
It is a life changer. It's a game changer. It's amazing.
So talk about the benefits that you got from it, Robyn, because I think just the people might like to hear, because it's fun. It's awkward, but
it is very awkward. When you're feeling that stress come, and it's not really your stress, and you just have to learn to deal with it. Just simple tapping. I'm a breath holder. Is that even a word? I learned this
today.
Qigong was I like to hold my breath, which now is keeping all of that negativity in my body all the time. So just a simple tapping and remembering to breathe through it. And it's okay. Tapping. It is like not only just to release the stress, but it helps in so many ways. My son had bowel issues for so long. Him just rubbing and tapping on his abdominal got rid of it. He has released all that medication that the doctors had prescribed.
Yeah, so powerful. Hey, thank you for that testimony. And because most people don't know what it is, it's spelled, if you want to look it up, Qigong. And it's pronounced Qigong. It's energy mastery, and anyone can learn how to do it. It's very simple stuff. I've got lots of really great programs on my website at masteryourlife.ca. So if anyone wants to check out, go to the shop page. I have Lee Holden there. Lee is my master. So I am a Qigong teacher certified. Lee Holden is my master. Mantak Chia is our grand master. And so just we teach medical Qigong. And so that means that we're helping people to improve their physical experience in their bodies. But dropping weight is one of the benefits of doing Qigong. But turning stress into vital energy is actually what it's about.
Huge. And it's amazing because, the Apple Watch recognizes it as a complete workout.
And I wasn't just shaking it. No, I'm just
kidding. No, I was just
tapping. Yes. Yeah. That's so fun. It's great. And that's fun. Okay.
It is so much fun.
Yes, it is fun.
Yeah. Like that whole weight loss journey when I had done it with you. I honestly, because it was long ago, I don't remember how much weight I actually had lost, but I can tell you what I felt on the inside doing it. I was confident. I could walk. I held myself taller, didn't have the typical hunchback anymore.
Yeah.
And I didn't hurt. I could touch my toes, but I hadn't gone to the gym. I had done none of the actual physical, what I thought was physical exercise.
Right. So no punishing gym workout at 5 o'clock in the morning, which is a huge turnoff for a lot of people about why they don't want to do anything. Because it's just too difficult. So just taking these little baby steps. So that's what I teach in the program where I screwed up. And so I freely admit I made a mistake in that I thought people could maintain weight loss because I did, so it's like I lost the weight 30 years ago. And I will also mention non-surgically. So I did not go in and have a gastric sleeve, a gastric bypass. It was an honest weight loss. And so the thing is, though, that I did not think people needed follow-up because I seemed to not need it. It seemed to be able to stick for me. But what I learned or thought about afterwards is, no, people need maintenance. We all need maintenance for lots of things. That just happened to be, I didn't need maintenance for that thing, but I need maintenance and inclusion for lots of things other than that. So the program now has got the weight loss component and the maintenance component. So the weight loss is virtual, it's online, it's 8 weeks. So you can really participate in it from wherever it is that you are in the world. And then if you are deemed to have kind of understood the core concepts and be able to apply them in your life, then you can apply to be part of the maintenance program. And how it's set up is that you can just keep coming back into the weight loss program for as many times as you need to learn all of the skills that you need to learn and be able to apply them in your life. And the maintenance program, then you be in that after that. So it's, and the maintenance program is 10 weeks. So I'll just speak a little bit more about that. So for people that are interested, if you come to the New You, and that's nothing cute, it's NEWYOU. So there's no other little, shortened abbreviated bits there. It's newyou.vip. And so the newyou.vip has its own dedicated website, and you can come there, you can see what would be an offer for you. If you're Canadian, we're running a special Canadian offer that would be $9.99 for the 8 weeks. And if you need to do a payment plan, we can talk about doing that as well. So you can find out more there.
That seems so reasonable.
Yeah, thank you. Yes, well, compared to the high ticket offers that are around in most programs, it's true. I was thinking about, because my podcast has been international for many years, that most of my offerings are in American dollars. But as a Canadian, I got to tell you, I hate paying American dollars. so that,
because me, it sounds like you're giving the money to the Americans when we're actually Canadians.
That's yes. So, but that's the nature of doing that global business, right? So, but so for the Canadian audience, I'd love to just invite you to come to the website. We'll have a special link there that is in Canadian dollars. So if for some reason you come to the site and it's in US dollars, just send me an email and say, hey, can you change the link to Canadian dollars? Because sometimes there are glitches in the cosmic flow, and I would hate for you to miss out just because of that. Right?
Absolutely.
Yeah. Wonderful.
And with only being 15 weeks till Christmas now, this is the perfect time to get going. And
that's right. Tick tock.
You can do the 8 week, and you can already be on the maintenance by the time Christmas parties roll around.
Exactly. And I do remember, Robyn, you sending a picture of me, because you guys went on a cruise, I think, afterwards. And you sent me a picture of you in a black dress, and you were just beaming and beautiful and glowing. I do remember the picture.
I still fit the black dress. That was my ideal little dress to fit into, and still can do it.
Yes, that's wonderful. That's wonderful. Yeah. So thanks for sharing that, and for letting me share this opportunity with people. And we'll just take it from there. If anyone has any other questions that are, not clear on the newyou.vip site, you're welcome to send me an email. My name is Leaha, spelled Leaha. So that is spelled weird. And last name is Mattinson, Mattinson, at gmail.com. And I know that'll be in the show notes, but just in case some glitch again, I'll just mention it. And just send me an email. I'm happy to respond.
Absolutely. Thank you so much, Leaha, for being such a wonderful guest on this show. Without the mental and the physical well-being, business owners don't have as much.
Right.
Yeah. You first have to look after yourself so you can look after your business. You can't look after your business, then look after yourself.
Yes. Thank you so much. And thank you for having me as a guest. And just one last thing I will mention is on the masteryourlife.ca website, on the shop page, there's other products there that you might be interested in as a business owner to help you to be well. And so weight loss is one thing, but there's other things there that are secret treasures that you might want to check out, because some things we can't talk about very much. And enough said.
Yes. Clear mind makes business transactions so much smoother.
Yes, it sure does. Thanks, Robyn.
Thank you.